And we are recording. So hello, everybody. We are here in our total brokerage class about how to start using the CRM of the system. So we're going to jump in right away by sharing my screen. I'm going to share with you my total brokerage. Perfect. So now I just need to activate the participants, and I need to see, give me 1 second. This is always the part that is a little sketchy to me because I need to put you guys there and I need to add the chat so I can basically see any comments you might do. So remember, if you have any comments, please do so using the chat, which I have open on my right side. So let me move this a little bit here too. And perfect, because I need to see action. Okay, awesome. So here we are. So the CRM of this software allows us to work with our clients. What does it mean? Every time you start a transaction, believe it or not, you're adding people to your CRM, okay? So you have to start, as you know, every transaction with the client. That's how we start. So when you're dealing with one client that is a buyer, a landlord, a seller, a tenant, he's all of it. Basically, you're just adding transaction to his name, okay? So, but the chances are you're gonna also have a lot of clients. So you can, every time you add one, it gets registered. Like mine is gonna look very silly. Okay, let me show you mine. Because I only have 2 people which are fake. One is my brother and the other one is me, both with the same email address. So because I don't use this system for clients because I don't do real estate. But if you were to be working on your own right now, you can see that if you go to view contacts, you will be able to see every single contact you have added here, okay? So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go over on how to add a contact. So as you see, like you have the add a contact as an individual person or import, okay? So this is for the ones that are familiarized with MailChimp, with maybe any other system. You always have a way of doing something either by one action or by multiple. Multiple will be importing, one action will be add a contact. So let's start with add a contact, because I'm gonna go kind of fast because it's really self-explanatory. You're gonna put the name of the person, the last name, the nickname, like let's say if it's Anthony, you wanna have him, or you call him always as Tony, you put Tony, and the lead type. I want you to be clear of something. All this information, and this is like the same thing with the transaction. I know that some of you sometimes decide to go on the easy way, which is basically, don't put in too much information. The problem when we don't put all the information is that when we need it, we don't have it, okay? So I recommend that in the transaction, okay, and also in this case, when you add the contact, put as much as you know, because it will serve you to be able to niche down the person at some point through automation or task. So you're gonna put the lead type, and you go buyer, landlord, real estate agent, referral source, seller, or tenant. You just pick one. If you tell me, well, Lola, mine is he's a seller, and of course he's a landlord. Okay, so I'm gonna say to you, it's the same. So mostly you will be able to leave it on one, pick the one you want, but it's different from the buyer, even though that sometimes buyers become sellers and sellers become buyers. So this is just to start like identifying, okay? So you have the email, phone number, you have last name, company, lead status is closed, cold, dead, hot, or warm. This is something that you address in the case. If I'm putting a cold lead, that means it is someone that I'm just met in a party. Actually, I talked to him a little bit, but there is no much interaction so far, okay? So the lead source, this is when you can start adding, and you can see you have a lot of information here. So it is important in a way, and I will go deeper in a second video, but it's important because if I put a lead source, let's say, imagine that I put Zillow, believe me, there will be an automation that I can trigger regarding Zillow. So this is why I said to you that it's important that you put all this. Same thing with language. I'm gonna put English, I'm gonna put Spanish, I don't know. And I will basically, let me add someone here. I'm gonna keep using Peter Pan. And lead type, see, it's already buying my lead type. Email, it's gonna be nothing, I don't have an email, I'm not gonna put it, save. So if I go now, you see, now This is all I have on Peter Pan. So I can actually put, if I have it, where he lives, okay? Why? Because I might want to send him something in the future. I want to have details. This page, I want you to think of this as your golden thing. Why is it so important, okay? I know that if you have an answer, I will appreciate your interaction. It's very boring to give a class and talk to myself, but the reason why we have this section is because this is where you put all the information that you recorded on this person. So when is his anniversary? If he's married, where's his birthday? He has children, 1, 2 names, whatever information you have, significant other, where's the name of a husband or wife? Does he have pets? So you need to fill this section as much as possible and save it, okay? Then you're gonna go to the preferences. Okay, in my conversation with this person, what is his price range when he was looking? Bedroom, bathrooms, again, anything you can put, as much information as you can put here, it will allow you to eventually be able to niche him down. And when I say niching down, if you think I'm talking crazy, no, it's because the riches is in the niches. Hopefully you already hear this phrase. It's not mine. I cannot recall who did I hear it from, because I heard it from many, many people. But as much specifics as you all have with a person, as more the person will feel that you kind of listen to him, okay? So activity is a tab that when they explained it to me and in the class that I took from Total Brokerage, I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Activity, it will start recording every action you have with this person. Any interaction the system is capturing, it will be in activity. You can create activities like history, for example, is where, it would be like the first time that I put his name. So that's why right now. But if I put here as an activity, call Peter tomorrow. And I add it here, okay? Now that's my activity. So you will say, hi, nice Lola, when is tomorrow? Well, let me add it to my calendar because I'm just creating Peter. So I'm gonna always go back to the example. I met Peter Pan in a network event last night. So I go back home, okay? In the morning, if I am not a workaholic, or I can do it at night, depending, I will sit on my computer, grab my business card, and start adding Peter Pan to my Total Brokerage. So I'm gonna say here, I met him last night, so I want to start creating actions with Peter Pan, which is in this case, maybe calling him or sending him an email tomorrow. So I need to put this in my calendar. So I come here and I said, call Peter in regards to the deal. We talked last night. We talked last night. Let me approve him, hold on. So then is tomorrow, I say tomorrow. So tomorrow is the 12th. And the time, I'm gonna call him in the morning. I want him fresh and paying attention to me, not that early, 10 a.m. is perfect. And I want a 15-minute reminder, so in case that I'm doing something else, I will remember set, okay? And that's it, I save it, and that's it. So if I wanna check, it's very simple. I go to my dashboard, hold on, and I have it here. Here's Peter Pan, okay? So it's not showing here because I don't have it to do it right now, but it's showing in my calendar as that I have to call Peter Pan. So let's keep on working on Peter. So I'm gonna go again to Peter Pan. And I'm gonna keep on doing. So I have that. I have the calendar that shows what event do I have with him and the email. This is something that I literally love. You can like just, and this is what I want you to think. Because this literally was like, my mind went like, whoo, this is a dream come true. Why is a dream come true? Because I love ways of finding out what people do, what they do, and when they do it and why they do it. So I know that most of you use Gmail, Hotmail, or any other account. Most of you, I mean, I use Optima for my business. I have separated all my issues, personal, my whatever, I have everything separated because I like to have things in boxes because it helps me to concentrate on things at the time, but that's me. So the email tab is beautiful because if I have to send an email to this person, I can just start writing here the email, right? I will compose an email and start writing. So what happens is, remember the account that you linked your total brokerage account when we started? That's the account that it will show. So like if I log in with my dsaudino@gmail.com, when I send an email to him, he's gonna get it from dsaudino@gmail.com, okay? And when he responds to me, he's gonna respond to that Gmail account, but I will be able to also see it here, okay? That's the beauty of it. Why? Because it will get recorded, okay? If I send an email through the system, it will be recorded in the activity. I cannot see you guys because I'm sharing my screen, but this is important. It's not that you send an email from here and you don't know what happens. No, you send an email from here, and when he sends you the email back, you can see it. And in the case that he says, well, I never got your email or this and that, you can track your history in a very efficient way with that client, because you don't have to go over the 100 and 1,000 emails that you receive from other people. So this is something that gets really, really efficient in a way of you processing information. And the way that I always mention to you is we leak, and the word, yes, is leak. We leak time in so many little things that we don't pay attention to. We don't pay attention to how much time we waste on finding an email on my inbox. And I know because I've seen most of your phones at some point or another, and I know that some of you may have even 10,000 emails that you don't open, 1,000 emails that you don't open, 500 emails that you don't open, or even 100 emails that you don't open. So when your email that is requiring an action gets mixed with your Williams Sonoma, your Norwegian Cruise Line, or the soccer game of your son, and you're trying to find something, believe me, it's very, very, very disturbing. And you guys lose a lot of time and frustration and basically attention. So this part of the system is amazing. The person never knows that you're sending from here. They think you're sending from Gmail. You're gonna have that email in Gmail anyhow, but the activity is gonna be recorded here, okay? So this message thing, we don't have it as a company. I invite you to, if you wanna have the sending text messages to them, I'm pretty sure that if you contact Total Brokerage, that's something that they can activate for you, but we don't have it as a company offering to you guys. And this is the automations, okay? Automations that you can add to this particular client. And the transactions, in this case, Peter Pan, because I just created a new account to be able to show you, I have nothing with him, okay? But automations is what let's see that I have, you have a bunch of automations that are here, you see, that you can pick, or you can add a new, okay, sorry, action, no, it's not there. You see, I told you that I was new in the transaction. So if you have a first-time buyer, if you have the person that is a home buyer, so any automation that you put here, if I attach it to this client, he's going to start receiving emails on this automation. But before going here, I'm gonna show you first what an automation looks like. Action plan is kind of, what is the action plan that you're gonna have with him? So that is something that you always also will design separately. I don't wanna overwhelm you, because I know that when I overwhelm you, you guys get frustrated because it's a lot of information. So the action plan, you will design, like, first thing, call him. Second, send an email. 5 days later, send second email. Every first week of the month, send newsletter. So you can literally have an action plan for this client that you will know that you have to follow. So this is kind of your constant reminder of what is your to-do list in regards to this particular client. You can do action plans for one person, or you can include him in an action plan that will be for a whole group of people. I'm looking just on Alberto, so I'm thinking of international buyers. So you can have, what is the automation or the action plan for when I have a foreign national? I have to send him the pre-qualification letter. I have to send him all the packages that he needs to ask his banks or his financial institution in a foreign country. So that action plan is different, the one for international buyers, than from a local buyer, okay? So that's as far as all those tabs, what do they mean when you have a contact. Then we're gonna go to importing, okay? So in importing is like always, you have import file, which you have to go and find. I think if I choose, let's see that I put contacts, I don't think I have any list. So I'm not gonna go here because I don't wanna put anything here, but you can see that it says you can drag and drop a CSV file or click the upload button. So for the ones that have been working with me in the past, let me see, hold on. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Nico. Yes, this is better if you've seen it actually on a computer. So here, guys, is when you have your CSV file saved prior. Let's see that you want to move all your constant, or I'm just saying, then let's see that you have a constant contact clients and you want to move them here. So basically what would you do? You're going to export it as a CSV file. So when you import it here is a CSV file. So CSV files, if in case that you think, again, you are not familiarized with the term, CSV file is the way that you save a file that allows you to have all the columns separated, okay? So you basically upload them, and in one step, you can have 100, 200, 500, 1,000 contacts uploaded at once. So that's how you do it. And again, it tells you contacts and vendors, which I think is very smart, because I think it's great if you organize your groups as your contacts are all those people that are either buyers or sellers, or people that might become buyers or sellers. And anybody like agents, mortgage brokers, title company, they go under vendors, okay? Because those are people that you do business with in a different form, okay? So that's how you go from here. So then what you have, and let me bring this here. I'm sorry about all these screens because popping up and being there. Okay, so then you go to marketing, okay, transactions, and setup. So in marketing, you have everything that you can do. You have automations and templates. So I think it's in templates where you can see them. Yes, you can see them all. Okay, here. So you have a template, but this is more for marketing. So let me go to automations. You have all these automations here, okay? So you can see how many steps they have. Like automation steps for retiring in Florida. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 steps, which is basically contacts that you can see that they're delayed. So it's like sent immediately, 3 days later, 5 days later, 7 days later, 9 days later. So basically, once you attach someone to this automation, you don't do anything else. The automation will run on its own. So let's just look at how they see. So you come to view, okay? And it's basically type of status is send an email, right? Status active. And then here it's telling you that it will run based on the content inside the automation. And here is this. So are you thinking on retiring in Florida, the benefits, blah, 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 blah. What is important on this automation? I want you to pay attention to this. You have a contact full name and you have a sender's email signature, okay? The rest is text that is already set up for you. You have to do nothing, okay? That's the beauty of it. So if you go back, you can go and literally check what is, how does the email number 2 looks. So let's see that. So email number 2 is like, it's gonna keep giving them facts, mostly about Florida, okay? So this is what is an automation that is already preset for you. And as you saw, if I go to automations, you probably have retiring in Florida, selling your home, being a landlord, home buyer, first-time home buyer. I wish I knew it's AAA. Oh, I think that's one that I was playing with and I just leave it as that. Architecture and interior design, okay? So, sorry for that. So we can add automations, okay? So like in everything, remember, once you're here, always look to the same points. Total brokerage is very simple. I think it's very, it's done in a very smart way. It's kind of like to be able to make it simple. So you have here all these, so you can go and check them out. I really encourage you to do, so you understand it and see. You can basically come here and decide to create a new. You can create your own automation, okay? So you will come here and you can add a name of the automation, which is going to be, let me see, it's going to be new. I'm going to put this. I'm going to put networking events. That's the new. It's going to be active, okay? And I'm going to, only my account can use it. And here is, I don't have groups yet, so I'm not going to mention that. So I just start doing that. So you see, it says there is no steps on this automation. I just have an automation called networking event. Why? Because I know you guys go to networking events. I'm missing Enrique. He keeps bouncing back. Hi, Ricardo. And so when you create an automation, okay, in this case, networking event, I want you to think of this. You need to think ahead. What are the steps that you're going to do, that you're only going to do once, that every time you go to a networking event, you will be able to go home and shoot an email to this person, and it will happen without even you having to think about, okay? So you will come here and you will start adding. So where's the first thing? I'm going to say contact one, okay? So in this time is my contact number one. I'm going to put a number here. I'm going to send an email and I'm going to run a specific day. Yes, I like to send emails in the morning. So I can come here and say this email is going to go out whenever I send it at 10 a.m. Okay, and this is 1 day after we met. So delay 1 day. So it says here, 1 day after contact is added to the automation, okay? So this is from, and this is sent from the contact's owner, which more likely would be me, okay? And the subject is, I don't know, what do you say to someone when this is the first contact after you met him in a party or you just met him? It was nice to meet you. For example, I'm just making this up, okay? I'm not even going into how good of a copywriter I am right now. I'm just basically trying to show you, because this is important, because this, again, is your own automation. So here we're gonna say, for example, I don't know, some people say hi, some people say howdy, some people say hello, some people are formal, so whatever. I'm gonna say hello, and then I'm gonna put here, insert contact full name, okay, or nickname. Remember those facts that I put in the beginning? So I'm gonna put full name, comma. It was nice. I mean, my English is even worse right now. So how are you doing? Again, it was nice to meet you yesterday. Why am I saying yesterday? And this is what is important, because I truly met him yesterday. Remember, this happens a day after I put it in. So this is an automation that, unless if you have a business card that you met someone in a networking event and a week later you remember, do not put yesterday. You have to put, how are you? It was nice meeting you the other day. Okay, that's the only thing you have to say, the other day, because it's a generic thing. And you don't have the option here, so you cannot put anything else. So it was nice to meet you the other day. I like to, hold on, I cannot get out of here. Okay, do this, let me take that out. So you can be as specific and as broad as you want. So unless you're gonna be sending it yesterday, put yesterday, otherwise, it was nice to meet you. I would like to see when we can follow up on our conversation. Hope all is well. Let me see. Oh, even better. I could have here, and this is very smart, but I'm not gonna go because I'm gonna complicate your brains out, but I have a way to make this even more sophisticated. So let's do it like this. I hope all is well. I will call you tomorrow, or right now, or in an hour, or whatever, okay? Regards, Lola. Okay, so then I can insert, and this is something that I have to work with because I didn't do that. I have two things to do. Insert my unsubscribe link, which is going to be on the bottom. And hold on. You have to do this, believe it or not, because you don't want to be spam. But here you can insert also your sender's email signature. Okay, and that's it. And then I save it and I send a test to me. Okay, something else you can do in the same email, if it was the case, I could actually add a photo, okay, or something. So you can go fancy. I'm not very, even though that I'm a designer, I'm not very bold on going so fancy right now, because Google is getting smarter by the second, and what they like a lot is emails between people. They don't like emails between companies. So if your email looks like Macy's, it's gonna go, but it's gonna, it's gonna be harder for your client to find it unless you already have a lot of conversations with them. So if you have a lot of conversations with your client or potential clients in a text format, when you send a beautiful newsletter, guess what? They will see it right there. So you can always do something like, I will call you tomorrow, or I will call you. Let's see that you want to emphasize something. This I do a lot, which I put attention to it. I can put that in bold. I will call you tomorrow. It's not like just, yeah, maybe. And then you save it, okay? So then you can, now you have this step. So now you add another step, because that's the email number one. I'm just gonna show you two steps, okay? So this is going to be, it's gonna be second count email. So it's an email. I'm gonna send it again. I like the morning, so I'm gonna go again 10 a.m. Where am I here? 10 a.m. or 10:30, doesn't matter. And it's gonna be a day after the contract going to the automation. No, it's gonna be 3 days. Okay. So again, here is like, how is your week going? You might say, why are you sending these so silly emails? Because what is the rule that I always mention to you about emails? Emails is not about, it's about content, yes, but mostly is about when someone is actually looking into their emails to delete them, because that's what they do. We clean emails all the time. That I remember, because of familiarity, someone that I'm looking at. So if I keep receiving emails from Enrique, and I remember Enrique in the meeting, and in the next 2 weeks, I receive emails from Enrique, guess what? My chances of remembering who Enrique is are so much higher than if I go to the party. Enrique is a very nice guy. We talk a lot. He has some interesting comments, but you know what? I'm a busy person. I am, have so many things going on in my life right now that even though that I found Enrique very interesting, I actually, if he doesn't call me, I will, in 2 weeks, Enrique will be out of my sight. So I don't want that to happen to you ever. And the only way that that can be avoided is by being in front of Enrique's until Enrique's name is just basically stuck in my brain. Once Enrique's brain is stuck in my brain, that's it. Enrique can go to China and I don't care, because I will remember Enrique. And if I found value, which is always important, if I find value in the communication that Enrique has to share with me, I will never ever forget Enrique. So my chances of doing businesses with him are every step of the way higher if I am, in mind. Like I say, when you're out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. I always say it wrong every single time. So anyway, here I will say whatever. Check in. How was your week? I have a few things to go over with you. Let's talk. Okay. And that's it. Again, here's Google. If I know that I'm in the morning, I say good morning. I can, again, I'm just showing you how. Good morning. I will go again, insert, contact, full name, space, how are you this week, blah, 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 let's talk. Sincerely. I should use a word that I know how to spell. sincerely, okay, Lola, and I will put my signature. And even though that this might sound, again, do I have to do this again? Believe me, the one thing that you're doing, you need to remember this. You are doing this, which means that you never are gonna do it again, okay? So now you have step number 1, step number 2. I can have as many steps as I want. So this is how you create your own automation, okay? And again, I'm gonna say it, and actually I'm gonna stop sharing the screen because I like to see your faces, even though that I don't see any faces right now, but I like to see my own reflection. No, I'm kidding. So it is important that when you are doing the communication with your client, is sometimes short and sweet, is beautiful, okay? You just need to go and imagine, what are the conversations that I'm having over and over and over and over again, okay? Let me give you a few examples. There is conversations I'm pretty sure that you have, and that you, I mean, that's how you know them so good, because you answer them 1,000 times. For those things, you have 2 options. One, my favorite one, video. Yes, video. So that's my favorite choice. You can do video any time of the week. And that way, when you do video, the good thing is that people will be able to see it, and you don't have to answer to the same question over and over again. So it's a great way to you to have a new YouTube channel, and for you to even share with your clients, and I will explain you how exactly in another email, in another class. But I will do video like crazy. But if you don't want to do video, that's fine too. But guess what? You can create an automation. Why? Because you answer these questions all the time. And I'm pretty sure that your time is very valuable, like mine. So instead of answering the same question over and over and over again, you have to have it written. So you basically send that to the person, and that's it, okay? So let's go back to sharing right now. Where am I? Where am I here? Okay. So here I am. So we have how to do our own automation. So then you have what is called setup. You have what is called an action plan. And an action plan is something that you have, and I'm gonna go over this. You have an action plan that you can have with a specific client. Like I mentioned, what am I gonna do with this person? Well, I have to first send an email. Then I have to make a phone call. Then I have to follow up with an email. Then I have to schedule an appointment. So this action plan is called warming up clients, for example. So if that's the case, I can come here, since I don't have any, right? I will click here, and I'm gonna create a new. So in this case, it's gonna be new client. So I know now what is my task. So I'm gonna create a task, okay? And it's gonna be unspecified on day 2, and executed 1 day after adding the contact, okay? And it's gonna be, let's do it immediately. I'm gonna contact, and I'm gonna put, yes, that's me as the owner, and I'm gonna add it. So contact 1, okay? Now I'm gonna go to, that's my day 1, right? Now I'm gonna go to my day 2. My day 2 is gonna be, I'm gonna, did I send an email? No, create a task. So my action 2 is send an email. What is gonna happen? In the same day. And I'm gonna send it on the template. I can do, let me see if it's my template here. I have a bunch of templates that I'm gonna go over with you, okay? So I don't know, I'm gonna pick, I didn't talk to you about that, so let me see. I'm gonna create an action. So on the email thing, I can edit, close. So if I were to choose a template, I wanna go to templates later, but I'm gonna show buyers, for example, because with this client, I'm gonna work like this. And I'm gonna create here another task, which is maybe, well, send a message, no, because we don't have it activated yet. But here it will be create a task, and this is going to be there. So you can create tasks, and keep on moving these things over and over again. When you finish this, I think I save it as new client. Let me see. Save. When about back to what is I was talking to you about marketing templates. Okay. So this is the part, if you see, you have 52 templates to pick. Okay. You have, hold on, I have 2 messages, 2 chats. In the page connected with Optimal Portal to upload the templates, is the page connected with Optimal Portal? The page is not connected, but to create the templates is very simple because for example, our market report, if it was the case, you already have it there. So it's basically adding an image, okay? So when you do a new template, you basically have an automation on that. So I want to see if I can show you. This is like, they have a lot of variety. Like, let's see, how does it look? Hold on. I apologize, my computer screen is not allowing me to see the way you see. You see everything perfect? I don't. I see everything really bad. Hold on. So, okay, why this is happening right now? Okay, let me see if I can add a new template. So yes, you can add a new template. The template is basically, I want to see if you can see it, but I cannot. Relocator renters. I'm trying to see if I copy it. Okay, here it is. So the template, if you do that, you can see that it's already done. So this is why I say to you, you have to go and see it. You have to go to the templates to see, because you have no clue what they say. So before you actually decide on if you're gonna send it to someone or not, and they have created a lot of options, you need to see what there is in there. So my first step with you guys, if I have you in a class group for 4 weeks to handle this part of the system very well, I will assign you week number 1 is all about looking at the templates. So you just basically will dive into to be able to understand them and see which ones are applied for each thing. Okay, why? Because they have a lot of information. You see, this is in this case for people that is renting. But if you go to, let me see, you have the ones that are for first time buyers. Again, copy. You have this, which is basically, you can, I think that if you come here, hold on. You see you have one email and it's gonna give you all this. And if you look at it, it's all done for you. So I know that most of the time, your problem, guys, is that you don't have content. Here, you have too much content. There is so many things that are here for you. That is, I mean, it's crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. You have 52. I'm not saying if you see it, 52, and that's not even me adding anything yet. My idea is to start adding templates so you can basically use them, but you can assign templates to your contract. So I recommend, and this is what I'm going to do because we're going over already an hour, that the way to work these things out, and this is my best thing with you, is I'm gonna record this session, of course, until here. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. And what I want to offer you, because I know for working with people for many, many years, that is one thing to be listening to me right now. And I know that you guys are, if I look at your names or your photo, it's either because you're sitting there, but you don't want me to sit you because you're actually already boring of listening to my voice, or you're picking on your phone, or because you're shy, which if you're a realtor, you should not be shy, or because, thank you, or because you were just paying too much attention. But the truth is that talking is great, but it's gonna skip you. It's gonna pass by you. So we're not gonna be able to implement. So I do want us to implement. I really want us to use this part of the system as you use the other one, okay? Why? Because there's a few things that I learned when I was working with them that it was really nice to me. One is the fact that when you keep that account, that part of you sending emails through the system, okay, not only for you is simpler because now you have the transaction of the person there, you're communicating with them, you can put your flyer or else, but it gets recorded under that person. So you don't have to be saying, hey, what did I do? Did I send an email to this guy? When was it? And he was like, I've seen you guys looking into emails, and I'm doing it too, where you're trying to find Maria, and then you go and put Maria, and you have 50 Marias, okay? And then you have to find their email. That is a lot of time going wasted, literally wasted. Now, you're in total brokerage, you wanna see what it, so hold on, what was the last time that I said something to Maria? You put Maria, boom, there, only Maria shows up. You know what I mean? So it's so efficient for you to be able to track your relationship and communication with your clients. This is something that, in my personal opinion, is easier than to create smart folders on Gmail and blah, blah, blah. And the most important thing is that you still have the email on Gmail. It's not like it's disappearing, okay? Don't get, oh my God, so what happened to the email? No, 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 no. The email is still in Gmail. But you have a way of tracking it because it's linked to the system. So it's like making a copy. In a way, it's like making a copy. So it gets recorded in the system if you send it through the system. If you just send it on Gmail, forget about it. It's not gonna get recorded on total brokerage. So it is basically an advantage because you can look at your email, let's put it this way, you can look at the email, but you will respond to the email on total brokerage. So it gets recorded. Why? Because we want to be efficient. Ideally, we want to have more time. And to be able to have more time, we need to get the time that we lose in other things and make it efficient. If we are able to work, focus, and in a better organized way, guess what? We have more free time for whatever you want to use it. Walk your dog, exercise, get more deals. Whatever you want to use your free time, it will happen when you start robbing or like getting those 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there that you keep losing all day long. So to wrap it around, because I want to be mindful of time, and I say to myself that I'm going to keep on schedule. So this is an introduction. This session is going to be recorded. I am going to create a step-by-step, and I'm going to schedule, and you are going to be able to check because I'm going to create a link on Zoom. If you want to keep participating on these kind of sessions, we're going to do it weekly, but you're going to have tasks to do. If you agree, this is basically like coaching with me on a regular basis, but we're going to be coaching in this case on this particular subject. Okay? So for the ones that want to jump in 3 classes from now, they better watch these videos prior because they're going to be totally lost in space. But if you guys are committed, this is going to be our 4 p.m. Monday class that we're going to have to be able to work together. And this is the way that I know this works. When I don't do it this way and I teach a class and then everybody's in la la land, guess what? I have to come back and teach the same class over and over again because you guys, you don't practice. So this is my best way for me to make you accountable, at least on this. Because I know that I make you accountable, a lot of you in my coaching sessions, but this is to the other ones that do not coach with me, at least to be accountable on total brokerage, because I do believe that the system is great. So I never talk about things that I don't believe in. This is a thing with me. It's very simple to whoever knows me knows that unless I believe in something, I don't talk about it. If I don't believe it, I just basically keep it quiet, don't make too much noise, and allow it to go away. That's why it took me so long for me to be taking this class with you, because I needed to learn that the system was everything that I was expecting. And that's what I got. I got everything that I was expecting from the point of view. You're always free to use any other CRM that you find on the market. I'm just giving you this option because it's honestly free for you. So you can do your research. If you have another one, be happy and use it. If you think on transitioning, just take this time, 1 hour a week. We're gonna keep on moving forward. I'm gonna be sending you PDFs so you can accomplish those tasks, okay? So when you come to the meeting, you're not like, huh? So that will be something that if you agree, we'll do that. Awesome. Thank you, Enrique. Thank you for your support. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna send, again, the email is gonna be like, like I do when I send the class, that if you have seen the recordings, I send a template with Canva to do your listen presentation. I hope some of you use it. I mean, I'm loving to do this, guys, with you because I feel that I'm able to finally even for the ones that I don't see ever, to find value, because the class with the template makes a wrap it around and you can work now on your own. It will be the same thing with this. In the next few days, you're going to receive the steps by steps that we have to accomplish by next week. And that week, I will be kind of announcing where we're going to be going forward. But just as a general thing, for next week, I'm going to send you, it's going to be a lot of studying, looking at the template, so figuring it out. So, and importing clients. Even if you want to try the system, don't import all your clients. Work with the ones that you already have there. So a good thing to do is, okay, I was not paying attention before, so my clients were just whatever. I was just adding buyer, seller. Now go deeper. Go deeper and see, okay, do I know this if they have pets? Do I know if they're married? I mean, can I just send them a text and find out? Can I, and start filling the gaps? That will be your task. I love it. Task for next week is whatever context you have, that being an agent, a mortgage broker, a client, or a potential client, you will fill in the tabs, the information in the tabs. Okay, that's what you're gonna do. That's your task number one. I'm gonna send it on the PDF anyway, so you don't forget. And I will see you guys next week. Any questions? Again, shoot me an email. I love you having you here. I will see you, Brico, tomorrow. I will see you in Spanish at 3 p.m., right? Pilar, are we at 3? 3, yeah. Okay, so thank you all for being here. Oh, by the way, next time, I will always give you 5 to 7 minutes, but I'm respectful of all our time, and we are a lot of people. So for the ones that are not in time, try to be on time, and I apologize for the problem with the link. I'm gonna test it again, but I'm gonna see if I can do it as scheduling, so this will be a recurring meeting, and I will set it up for at least the next 4 weeks. It will be recurring in your calendars, okay? So thank you very much. Have a great afternoon. Bye, guys.